Welcome back, fans and friends. While back, I did a video on this car here, and this is the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge. As you can see there, iconic spoiler, a bunch of other things. So the 455 high output engine, I believe it was also coming with the known as the 400 Ram Air. So if you liked that one, well, I happen to have gotten my hands on a larger version of the car. So this here is the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge as well, top trim model of the car. This one here is from this company here, Motormax. And as you can see there, they advertise the 124 diecast. The box has, sidewall, so it's not quite as showy. This one happens to be a little bit worn, but otherwise appears to be in brand new or near brand new condition, and we can tell that from here, the tape. And as you can see, the plastic wrap has not come off the doors and the hood, but it has unfortunately come off of the trunk. And you can see there the spoiler, which is characteristic of these cars. So actually, this has the pretty much a near identical setup. You can see there BMW at the top, then Chrysler, Ford, Chevrolet, GM, Jaguar, Lamborghini, Mazda, Mini, and all the other Mini related things, although they are owned by BMW now. Nissan, Porsche, Toyota, and Volkswagen, which is related to Porsche. And you can see there the number 73200, which I believe is the manufactured number for this unit itself. Motormax logo is registered trademark over Red Box Toy Factory. And as you can see, we're just going to get to it in a second. There you go. Imported by Walmart. So although these don't pop up very often, we're going to find out. Hopefully the vehicle has other identifying markers on it so we can know when it was made and so on and so forth. However, look here, they do have that checklist that we've slowly lost over time in terms of digitization. So I used to collect Star Wars miniatures, and they would have each of the random packs would come with a checklist like this. And as you can see here, there are quite a few of them. I don't know if there's more, probably. You can see there's a bunch of them that I would like to get my hands on. Perhaps the Firebird. I have this one here. Thunderbird maybe, and there's a bunch of other ones. Everything from Corvettes to BMWs and everything else. Countach as well would be nice. But anyway, we have here the Judge, and I'm just going to pop it open and we're going to take a look at it. So obviously, like I said, M2 is great. It's obviously sized very well, 164 scale. This is 124, so it is just that much bigger. And so just getting it out. So the good news is it has a couple of features. It's taped on both sides, which makes getting it out of its packaging quite a nightmare. You have to cut open both sides. You can see their rearview mirrors, nice. Motormax all over the place. The beige interior. There's the trunk, nice and spacious. No sign of a spare tire. I mean, very rare that way they would include that, but it is very reminiscent, I do see, of Maisto. They have that familiar dual setup with the screws. And they're actually not full-size screws. However, they are the, I don't want to say, Phillips number 1, I believe, is the best way to put it. I'm using the micro screwdriver I normally just use to replace the keyboard on a laptop. So it's just that size. The Maisto, I believe, is the number 2 Phillips, which is the common one that everybody who's ever seen or understands what a screwdriver is will know. Okay, so take it out, take a look at it. Is this worth it, not worth it over Maisto? So here it is in all its green glory. We have a bunch of things to look at. We will be looking for, obviously, GTO on the front. You can see it there. The grille, nice and even. into the front. I hoping that unfortunately the air intakes are solid. They don't have a hole. Windshield nice and clear to see it through. We have the steering wheel on the left. It's black. The rest of it is a gray interior. Bucket seats. There is no separate pieces for the lights or the lower grille. Front splitter. Plastic underneath. You can just see that. And in fact, you can see the suspension doesn't even make it all the way to the wheels. But we'll take a closer look at the underside in a little bit. And once again, door handles painted. You can see nice and easily into the cabin because there's no plastic for the window. We have the Judge on the front, GTO just ahead of the door. The wheels are not special anyway. There's nothing written on them. So the M2 at least has red wall tires. And once again, we saw this already. Trunk actually has the keyhole, GTO on the right side, Pontiac GTO on the license plate, which is nice. Lights are painted separate from the chrome bumper, which is also very nice. You can just see the reflection, extremely highly reflective. So no complaints about that. Onto the right, and the other thing too is really nice, as you can see there. All the mirrors have a highly reflective silver surface to them. Very nicely done, to say the least. It is rather heavy. It's not super heavy, so you can just say that. I don't know, so it appears that the wheels turn and steer. I don't want to break them until we do this. And as there you can see what I was talking about. I didn't see. Maybe we take a look in about 10 seconds, see if the steering wheel turns when we move those wheels. So the underside is the important part because that's the only place we're going to get information of the car itself. And there you have it. I use under license 1969 Pontiac Judge. See where it's made. Top left there's China, and so there's no, unfortunately, mention of where it is made. You can see a bunch of screws, so this thing is entirely dismantleable. There you have screws, so we have 2, 4, 6 screws, dual exhaust. There's the exhaust on either side. There's the muffler on either side. Interestingly, the right one is larger than the left one. There's the 2 holes for the screws. And like I said, you can see, I want to say travel damage, but you can see here, it does have a turning mechanism. I have 2 Lamborghini Maestos, and this is extremely similar to that. So this is one scale smaller. Those are 118. This is 124. And you can just see that the steering wheel does turn. So that's interesting. I don't know if I would ever want to turn the steering wheel in order to move the wheels, because the steering wheel, there's a good chance, is just not as robust as the other parts that are plastic that we have been fiddling around with. So while a nice feature, unfortunately it is also prone to damage, like I said. So I have now pulled off the retaining parts, the little plastic that you can see there. The Judge on the dashboard's chrome shifter. You can see it has a lot of the dials. Onto this side, steering wheel is kind of low. I imagine it's not adjustable, but you do see there the defroster on the far heating on the far left, and all the gears, dials, and everything else. So we're just going to go like this, and you can see there the wheel sort of moves, but you can see there it's flexing, so that's not good. I don't want to break it, but you can just sort of see there it wants to move, but I don't want to break it. So overall, it's not terrible. I see that the wheels are not prone to turning. If you see how loose these wheels are, these ones are not loose whatsoever. And just to prove it, you see it does not roll whatsoever. So the back wheels perhaps, and you can just see how much flex there is, that's not good as well. So this is probably more of a display model than anything else, because it looks like there are a bunch of things that want to break. So the engine, just going to take a look because that's the most fun part, honestly. And so the hood does not open very well, and there you have it. I don't know if this, does this look like, so there we have it. It says on it the Ram Air 4, so therefore that is exactly what we're used to in this engine, in this vehicle. Like I said, this is the top trim level, so therefore you get it's the 455, I believe. The V8, Pontiac V8 they call it. I've been told there's a bunch of separate ones from Oldsmobile and other division Chevrolets, so on and so forth. They were literally competing against each other despite being in the GM brand. So there we have it. The engine looks okay. It does look kind of tall and minor inside the huge engine bay, but you can just see there good detail on the radiator. And I do appreciate the fact that, and as you can see here, there's a lot of, I want to say, wiggle room. So like I said, perhaps it's not quite as well assembled as some of the other models we've seen. It's definitely perhaps more for display than actual, I want to say, use, although to be fair, you shouldn't be using these quite that way. So therefore not terrible overall. Like I said, there is a few things that are asking for improvements, but there are some good things too. Like I said, you get all these little things. The dash, rearview mirrors are all highly reflective. The car is painted pretty well. You have opening doors, opening trunk, and a not functioning but functionable steering wheel. I don't know why the trunk opens like this, but then the hood only opens this much. But anyway, so it does look good. It's reasonably well done. And so there you have it. Pretty good rendition of the Pontiac GTO from 1969. I believe the first time that they offered the Judge trim level of the car, and it's really well done. So I mean, if you can find them, I haven't seen MotorMax recently. I got this aftermarket, so if you're at all interested in this kind of thing, they're not super expensive, I imagine, and it is reasonably well done. Like I said, this one doesn't want to roll, and you can just see how flimsy the steering wheel and the air filter cooler on the top of the engine was. So it's obviously not very solidly built, at least the more finer parts of it. I don't want to pull it up because I imagine it's going to come right off. But overall, it's reasonably well done. So, fans and friends, thanks for watching this. This is Tom from Toronto, and to the next one.